Hello dear friends, welcome to this program, Our Moments with God, Our Moments with the Word of God, Our Moments with the love, mercy and compassion of God, Our Moments also with the Holy Ones of God, the Saints of God. Yesterday we saw two saints, Saints Cornelius and Cyprian, and today we are going to see two other saints, one male and one female, and to try and see how they had this special gift of God, or they were so intense in following the path of God, the commands of God, from which we too can learn, because they were always aware of what was happening within themselves, which I invite you also to do. And I invite you also to be co-missionaries with me by just sharing the videos with others and asking your friends also to subscribe so that we reach more people through our ministry. Thank you. As I said, today the two saints are, first is Saint Robert Bellarmine, who was a Jesuit, who was born in 1542, a little after the order of the Jesuits was founded. He was born in Italy, in Tuscany, and then later on was made a bishop. And he was very strong with his teachings, and particularly, remember, it is that time of the life of the church when Reformation was going on, when Martin Luther brought to the consciousness of people a lot of corruption that was going on in the church. But that was fine. He also went a little overboard by removing some of the teachings of the Catholic Church and took the whole lot into another direction. And to that, Robert Bellarmine gave very solid arguments to defend the Catholic faith, and because of him we have a lot of things. That is Robert Bellarmine, whose feast today on the 17th of September we celebrate. But more importantly, there is another female saint who is more famous in this region where I live, in Austria, in Germany, because she was a German Benedictine nun, who it seems she is known as Saint Hildegard of Bingen. Bingen is a place, and the name goes after that place. And it is said that right from the age of 3, she was having visions. And at the age of 5, she became aware of these visions. I will come to that in a moment. But she was a multifaceted personality. Some call it polymath, which means she was a writer, she was a teacher, she was a musician, she was a gardener, very important with nature, and she discovered a lot of medicines from nature. You can see here this beautiful nature. Here too, a lot of people work with nature. In India too, there is Ayurveda, there are other herbs and roots that people use for healing. She was one of those who started that here in Germany. She was born in 1098 and died in 1179. So she lived almost 81 years old. But remember, she's lived almost more than 1,000 years ago. And at that time, she was a big music composer. And some of the compositions of hers are still played. And she was not just music composer, she could also write beautiful lyrics. Then she was also author. She wrote a lot of stories. She was very famous for writing letters. And then she went on to found new monasteries. And it is said that once she wanted to move from one monastery where she was made the abbess. After some years, she wanted to take her sisters and open another monastery, and then there was some disagreement with the abbot of that place, and then she went higher to the archbishop and got the permission, etc. But it is here in this area, as I said, she is very well known, and because she is so well known, Pope Benedict XVI in 2012 made her the doctor of the church. Because of her writings, because of her understanding of the Christian faith, and because her reach, not just with music or in different areas, as I said, medicines, for example, it is said that a lot of medical writings in Germany began with her. Now, can you imagine? She's a mystic. She's a mystic. She is someone who saw visions. And coming back to that story of the visions, it is said that right from that age, she always saw visions and she was not afraid. What she saw was that she said a particular type of light. And in this light, she could see a lot of people from all around the world and could see nature, could see a lot of things. And she's saying it is not like she was in ecstasy, that her eyes were closed and she was in ecstasy. No, she says that she could see these visions with her eyes open and with all her 5 senses. This was a special gift that God gave her. But there was another thing accompanying her life, was her sickness. She was a sickly child. She was the last of the 10 children of the couple, and she is considered now a very great saint, a very helpful person in this area. And maybe you like to know more about her, you can go to Google and use your mobiles or your computers to type Saint Hildegard of Bingen. Bingen, B-I-N-G-E-N. And if you like, you may please subscribe to this channel. Thank you.